GloRilla just dropped previews of two new songs, and the internet is not holding back. Fans are calling out what they've been noticing for months. They're saying every song sounds exactly the same. Meanwhile, Cardi B hopped on her Instagram broadcast channel with a message for anyone who's been waiting for her to fail. She talked about being a mom of four, doing wifey things, and living her best life with Stefan Diggs. These are two completely different moments in two very different careers, but they both say a lot about where these artists are right now and what the industry expects from them. GloRilla announced that she's releasing two new songs. One is called March, and the other is called Special. She gave fans a preview of Special, and let's just say the reactions were not what she probably hoped for. A lot of people immediately said it sounds like everything else she's ever released. The preview shows GloRilla doing her usual style. The same energy, the same flow, the same vibe that's worked for her in the past. But that's exactly what people are complaining about. They feel like she's not evolving. They feel like if you've heard one GloRilla song, you've heard them all. And for an artist trying to build a lasting career, that's a problem. The comments under the preview were mixed. One person said they've been waiting for Special and they'll definitely be streaming it. But that supportive comment was drowned out by criticism. Many fans expressed disappointment, saying the preview sounded too similar to her previous releases. Others said they hoped the full version would show more variety. Some comments were particularly harsh, with listeners saying they weren't impressed with the direction of her music. The overwhelming sentiment was that fans want more from her. They want growth. They want experimentation. They want something that proves she's more than a one-note artist. This isn't new criticism for GloRilla. For quite some time now, people have been pointing out that all her songs sound the same. It's become a recurring topic in discussions about her music. Fans and critics alike have been asking when she's going to switch it up, when she's going to show more range, when she's going to prove that she can do more than one style. And with these new song previews, it seems like she's not addressing those concerns. She's sticking with what she knows. The question is whether that's confidence in her brand or fear of trying something different. Either way, it's clearly not landing the way she hoped it would. The issue with sounding the same is that it limits longevity. In the beginning of an artist's career, having a signature sound is great. It helps people recognize you, it builds your identity. But eventually, audiences want to see growth. They want to see evolution. They want to know that you're not going to give them the same thing over and over again. Artists who don't evolve tend to fade away because people lose interest. They've heard it before. They want something fresh. And right now, GloRilla is at a crossroads where she needs to decide if she's going to keep doing what's comfortable or take a risk and try something new. While GloRilla was dealing with criticism, Cardi B was on her Instagram broadcast channel, spreading positivity and addressing her critics in her own way. She posted a message calling out people who seem bothered by her happiness and wished everyone a happy Thanksgiving. It was classic Cardi, direct, unbothered, and making it clear that no amount of negativity is gonna affect her mood. She's living her best life, and she wants everyone to know it. Cardi went on to explain what her life looks like right now. She's a mom of 4 kids, and she's fully embracing that role. She talked about how her house feels like a daycare and how she's learned to balance her time between all her children. In the mornings, she focuses on her baby and her youngest daughter, Blossom. She gives them attention, love, and care before the older kids come home from school. Then in the afternoon, she shifts her focus to her older children, Culture and Wave. She's created a schedule that allows each child to get individual time with her, which is no small feat when you're managing 4 kids under one roof. Cardi admitted that she never thought she'd have 4 kids. She always pictured herself with 2, maybe 3 at most. When she had her 3rd child, she thought that was a lot. Now with 4, she jokes about how surprising it is to have that many kids. But despite the chaos, she loves it. She talked about how each of her children has a different personality. Culture, her oldest daughter, is like her little best friend. She helps Cardi with the younger kids and listens when Cardi needs her to step up. Wave, her son, is funny and keeps everyone entertained. Blossom, her youngest daughter before the new baby, is going through what Cardi calls the one-year-old phase. She's assertive, she seeks attention, and she's been testing boundaries lately. And then there's the baby with Stefan Diggs, who Cardi describes as beautiful and very much like his father in terms of being punctual and on schedule. That last detail is interesting because it gives insight into Stefan Diggs' personality. Cardi explained that Stefan is extremely punctual. He wakes up early, goes to work early, shows up to dates early, and values timeliness. It's a sharp contrast to Cardi, who admits she's always running late. But their baby has apparently inherited Stefan's sense of timing. The baby wakes up every 2 hours to eat. Not 3 hours, not 2.5 hours, but exactly 2 hours. Cardi mentioned that the baby is very consistent with his feeding schedule. It's a small detail, but it shows how Cardi is adjusting to life with someone who operates very differently from her. And it sounds like she appreciates that structure, even if it's not her natural way of doing things. Cardi also dropped the phrase that got people talking. She said she's been busy being a mommy and being a wifey. That wifey comment stood out because it aligns with Stefan Diggs' recently calling her his wife while shopping for jackets. People have been speculating for weeks about whether they're engaged or even secretly married. Cardi didn't confirm or deny anything, but the fact that she keeps using that language suggests something significant happened between them. Whether it's an engagement, a private marriage, or just the way they refer to each other, it's clear they're in a committed, serious relationship. And Cardi seems happier than she's been in years. On top of managing 4 kids and a relationship, Cardi talked about getting her body back after having the baby. She said she's lost significant weight since giving birth and is happy with her progress. She mentioned being down to around 130 to 140 pounds. She promised fans that she's going to be back outside soon, looking fabulous and giving them content. It's classic Cardi, always thinking about her image and her comeback. She's taking time to be a mom and a partner, but she's not disappearing from the public eye forever. She's just on a break, getting herself together and planning her return. What's interesting about Cardi's message is how content she sounds. She talked about how blissful her home feels right now. She said money is coming in, her love life is great, and her babies are beautiful. For someone who's been through so much public drama, messy breakups, and constant scrutiny, this feels like a genuine moment of peace for her. She's not performing for the cameras. She's not trying to prove anything to anyone. She's just living her life and enjoying this chapter. And that's something people don't see from celebrities very often. Usually there's always some drama, some scandal, some chaos. But right now, Cardi seems genuinely happy and settled. She ended her message with advice for anyone who might be feeling lonely or struggling during the holidays. She told people to enjoy their day off, take a nap, and not worry about what everyone else is doing. She acknowledged that social media doesn't always show the full picture of people's lives. It was a comforting way to remind people that what you see online isn't always reality. Cardi has always been real with her fans, and this message was no different. She's not pretending her life is perfect, but she's choosing to focus on the good things and block out the negativity. So you have 2 very different situations happening at the same time. GloRilla is facing criticism about her music not evolving and fans questioning whether she has the range to stay relevant long term. Cardi B is in a completely different place, stepping back from the spotlight to focus on family and coming back whenever she's ready. GloRilla is at the beginning of her career trying to prove she belongs. Cardi is a veteran who's already proven everything she needs to prove and is now living life on her own terms. The pressure they're under is completely different. GloRilla needs to show growth and versatility to keep people interested. Cardi doesn't need to prove anything to anyone anymore. She can take her time, focus on her family, and return when she feels like it. The lesson here is that the music industry treats artists differently depending on where they are in their careers. When you're new, people expect constant output and constant evolution. You have to keep proving yourself over and over again. But once you've reached a certain level, you earn the right to step back and move at your own pace. Cardi has earned that right. GloRilla hasn't yet. And that's not a knock on GloRilla, it's just the reality of how the industry works. If she wants to have a career that lasts as long as Cardi's, she's going to need to show people that she's more than one sound. She's going to need to take risks and show range. Otherwise, she'll be another artist who had a moment but couldn't sustain